The stadium in Kazan City is the first stadium from which I would like to start my reviews of the 2018 and 2022 World Cup venues. This stadium is called Akbar's Arena, in honor of one of the symbols of Kazan City, and is currently the home arena of Football Club Rubin. The architectural concept of the stadium belonged to the well-known company Populous and was implemented in its final look almost without changes in 2013. The initial development strategy of the stadium meant it to be universal and multifunctional, designed to host not only football matches, but also other sports and cultural events. Planned to host the 2013 Summer Universiade, the stadium was the venue for the massive opening and closing ceremonies. In addition, the stadium hosted the final World Championship in 2015 and was adapted for this championship, accommodating 2 large swimming pools. Then Akbar's Arena was slightly refurbished and adapted to host the 2017 FIFA Confederations Cup and the 2018 FIFA World Cup in accordance with FIFA requirements. The stadium's capacity of 45,379 corresponds to the level of the quarter-final matches that were hosted in 2017 and 2018. In terms of architectural and planning solutions, it would be fair to say that it is a classic-looking football arena. The stadium is round in plan and has a rounded polygonal geometry of stands. The north and south sides of the stadium have 2 tiers of stands. At the same time, on the west and east sides, there are 2 additional tiers for specific groups of spectators, such as hospitality, VIP, and V-VIP. Despite the statement that it is a classic-look arena, its architecture also contains several solutions that bring its uniqueness. The prototype of the stadium is a water lily, which was embodied in the general shape and wave-like elements of the stadium facade. The facade of the stadium is a full HD media screen with an area of 3,700 square meters, which was quite ambitious by the time of the reveal, and it is still so. In terms of constructive solutions, the spans of the rigel and the translucent roof console are as much as 120 meters, and the support takes place on only 8 supporting points. Due to this solution, the design looks airy without losing reliability. However, that decision also has a negative impact because some of the spectator seats have limited visibility of the field due to the massive pylons of the supports. Another architectural feature that significantly affects an event's operations is the concourse at the height of the 3rd level for the general public to enter the stadium. That solution demanded the provision of large stairs for spectators and elevators to the concourse level for people with special needs to provide spectators with access to the stands. In turn, this has had a significant impact on the flow's management and the arrival of different categories of spectators, such as VIP, VIP, and hospitality, as well as accessibility for media and broadcast to the stadium. It should be mentioned that the solutions inherent in the stadium's concept and its favorable location in the city helped avoid many problems that other stadiums faced and made it possible to adapt this facility to FIFA requirements efficiently. The stadium is located in a part of the city which is not tight and overloaded, but at the same time has convenient transport accessibility and is at the intersection of major city roads. The developed road net made it possible to divert city transport flows along alternative routes without compromising the daily life of the city on match days. In addition, accessibility to the venue for spectators was provided by well-developed public transport. The nearest metro station was located at a considerable distance. However, fans were able to walk past the fan zone along the embankment of the Kazanka River using the route prepared by the host city. Even with all the benefits of that great venue, we had a lot of challenges too. Having a vast area around the stadium, due to restrictions related to security and anti-terrorism measures, it was not possible to locate parking in the closest proximity to the stadium for some priority client groups, as well as FIFA functions. However, compensatory operational measures were provided for the delivery of certain FA groups, such as media and people with special needs, from parking areas that were not under FIFA requirements in terms of distance. One of the issues we had to resolve was the adaptation of the arena to the safety requirements of the World Cup. At the beginning of the stadium design, there were no such specific standards for ensuring the security and anti-terrorism measures of stadiums, which were later adopted for the World Cup. So initially, the throughput capacity of spectators' screening areas on the outer security perimeter was calculated in a different way and, in the legacy mode, was not meeting the requirements of the FWC Championship. The specific study and calculations were provided regarding security checkpoints, throughput capacities, and outer security perimeter layouts for each FWC stadium, including the Akbar's Arena, to meet the 2018 World Cup security requirements. That study was based on several key assumptions and global best practices. One of the assumptions was that 70% of the total spectators would arrive at the stadium during the last hour before the match. In addition, several other security requirements were set out in the security strategy. Similarly, studies of the access and egress scenarios have been developed using dynamic modeling. As the result, to ensure proper throughput of the outer security perimeter of the stadium, additional temporary checkpoints were provided in the direction where the arrival of the main amount of spectators was expected. As for other overlay planning aspects, the existing site of the stadium and its original internal design made it possible to place all the necessary temporary infrastructure and provide adaptation in accordance with the FIFA requirements and less implementation of specific planning and technical solutions. At the end of the review, as a bonus, please have a look at the presentation I created in preparation for the Confederations Cup 2017 with an explanation of FIFA, specific areas and zoning.